Hello and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools by including their name with your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to share about their institutions. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important for you to click that and please ask some questions because our representatives love to share more and answer what you want to know. And this is just one of many different sessions that have happened as a part of the programming for Pennsylvania students. We hope that you've attended other sessions. Remember that this session's presentation, as well as all of the other presentations, have been recorded and they will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. We hope that you will go back to watch this and share it or watch and learn about other great schools through those recordings. I'm now excited to welcome our panelists tonight and to turn it over to our first school. We'll be hearing from Kenyon College of Allegheny County. We can see the screen, but we can't quite hear you yet or see you on camera. Community.
There we go. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It happens to us all, right?
Yes.
Zoom gets the best of us sometimes, Sharwin. So don't worry. We can see you, hear you now, and your screen looks great.
All right, awesome. So welcome, I'm Sharman Strauters from CCAC, the Community College of Allegheny County, and I have with me my colleague, Dr. Shankowski, who will also be available in the chat to answer any questions that you may have. So let's start with, where is CCAC located? It is in a neighborhood that is close to you. We can guarantee that, with 4 campuses and 4 centers that are spread out all over Allegheny County. So you can take classes at our North Campus, Boyce, Allegheny, South, and if you're looking to get a trade, you could go at our West Hills Center. We have our Homewood Russian Center, our Washington County Center, and our Broad Eck Hills Center. If you would prefer to take your classes online, we also have a virtual campus. We have 100 online courses to choose from for all courses, but if you would prefer to get a complete degree, you can do that with 32 degrees available online. We also have certificates and diplomas and at least 36 degrees that you can mostly complete online, like 70, 80, maybe even sometimes 90% of the degree online. Some of those online programs and the face-to-face instruction at our 4 campuses and centers that you could pursue are over 160 programs. We offer careers and 6 different diverse career paths, anywhere in arts and humanities, business, education, health, STEM, skilled trades. You want it, you name it, we got it. So those careers can get you in healthcare. So if you're interested in maybe being a respiratory therapist or even our certificate for phlebotomy, and I will definitely be talking a little bit more about our RN and nursing program. You might be interested in business or business management or even entrepreneurship. Some of our CIT programs, we have a lot of students come there, and then that's an opportunity for you to stack things that I mentioned, like our certificates. So maybe you're into mobile apps or gaming and design. We have our STEM fields and our skilled trades. Skilled trades, that can be anything from electrical engineering, plumbing, and welding, just to name a few. Our high school students also like to take the opportunity to get a jump start on that college transcript. You can never get started too early, but we like to start you in sophomore year or your junior or even your senior year to give you an opportunity to see what college is really like. Maybe you're trying to explore to see what it is that you might want to study and take like a business 101 if you think you might be interested in that. And you can do that as a high school student at CCAC. Those classes are also available online, but if you want the true campus experience, then you could do that at any 4 campus or 4 centers that I talked to you about a little bit ago. You'll develop those college transcripts, and it's so great because then you'll be able to transfer them. You can either use those credits to still attend CCAC and put that towards one of our 160 programs, or you can attend CCAC and complete an associate's degree and take all 60 credits with you to some one of the 14 universities that we have program to program articulation agreements with. Some students attend CCAC just to take some of their credits and get those out of the way so that they can transfer. And we have transfer counselors that will be able to help you with that. Select your classes and make sure they'll transfer to the school that you want to go to. CCAC has the 5 commitments to care, serve the whole community with a focus on social justice, build a culture of equity on campus, identify and dismantle campus structures that breed disparities, and the redesign of the college for equity, and define what matters most. We want you to have an ultimate experience. And one of the things that we are known for is that our students are graduating from CCAC with no student loans. And trust me, take it from me, I'm sure, and everybody on this call today, that you want to have the least amount of loans and be in debt as possible. And at CCAC, we do make that affordable. Our students are filling out our FAFSA, and your Pell Grant or your state fee grant could potentially cover the cost of tuition. We also have third-party sponsorships with the Pittsburgh Job Corps, Pittsburgh Promise, CareerLink, and other funded training programs with employers. Let's take a little bit closer look at some of those numbers. So nearly 75% of CCAC students are choosing CCAC because they can graduate debt-free. If you are interested in a nursing program, you'll be happy to find out that CCAC is 10 out of 536 nursing schools in the Northeast region. And a lot of students attend CCAC for the small classroom sizes of 16 students, so they can really have that one-on-one connection and attention that they might need from their faculty. Some of those other services that you'll receive at CCAC, I mentioned the transfer counseling to help you transfer your credits to a 4-year university. We also have career counseling for when you graduate or even while you're in school to explore some of those options. Obviously, our tutoring and technology services, supportive services, and student success coach and resource navigators. One of the biggest misconceptions with community college is that we don't have any student life or any sports, but that could not be true at CCAC. We have many student clubs and organizations and honor societies and a lot of sports for you to choose from. You can come and take your classes and go home, or you can choose to stay on campus and get involved. Some of our enrollment steps is our free application. I talked to you a little bit about how important that is for you to complete your financial aid to see what grants that you might qualify for. We will need you to get your transcripts into CCAC, whether that's your high school's transcripts, or maybe you were a dual enrollment student and you have a college transcript, you want to get that in. And then we can talk to you more one-on-one if you to determine if you would need to placement test. You'll want to join our Welcome Center so you can meet with an academic advisor and register for classes. To check out some of those programs more in depth, or you should visit ccac.edu. That's our email address and phone number, and some of our enrollment activities that are coming up. I'm thinking that's my time,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
You just right on the mark, Sharman. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing more about Community College of Allegheny County. Our next school up is going to be Temple University.
All right, thank you everyone for coming out tonight and joining us. We're so happy to be with you, and I'm so happy to be with all my colleagues tonight. So Temple University is Philadelphia's public university. This is a great shot of, I love this picture because it gives a sense of kind of how close we are to the center of Philadelphia. So right on Main Street or on Broad Street, about a 6-minute subway ride from downtown Philadelphia. Temple has just about 22,000 undergraduates, and they're studying in one of 12 different schools and colleges that we have at Temple. We also have 5 professional schools. So Temple has its own medical school, its own pharmacy school, its own dental school, its own podiatry school, and our own law school. We also have our own hospital. And despite being such a large university, we do have a pretty good average class size, which is just under 30, and a student to faculty ratio of just about 13:1. Our students are studying, as I said, in over 150 different undergraduate majors and really being so close to the city affords us this great opportunity for internships, for job shadowing, and for job placement when you're ready to kind of move on from us. We have a great Fly-in 4 program that pretty much encourages and guarantees that you'll graduate from Temple in 4 years if that's what you'd like to do. We also have, of over 150 undergraduate majors, about 110 offer an accelerated bachelor's program that would lead to a master's program at Temple. We have about 200 master's programs and 52 doctoral programs at Temple. As I mentioned earlier, I think that we are a Research 1 institution, and so that allows us to really attract faculty from all over the world that are doing some really great research in their fields. This allows you to get involved in research opportunities as well. On the non-academic side, we have over 350 clubs and organizations. We have everything from really silly clubs like, I don't know if I should tell you this, but we actually have a rock, paper, scissors club at Temple. But we also have clubs that represent each and every academic major that we have. We have 18 Division I athletic programs. Our football team plays at the Link where the Philadelphia Eagles play, and our basketball team plays in a 10,000 seat arena, which is right on campus. All athletic home events are free to students, so no need to buy a ticket for any of those. They're all free to you. And again, given the opportunity of being in the 6th largest city in Philadelphia, in the country, we do offer an awful lot of internship programs for you to choose from. Applying to Temple, we are exclusive members of the Common Application, so you can fill out the Common Application when that becomes live, typically in August, and apply right through our deadline of February 1st. We do not require a high school transcript, but rather we ask you to complete a self-report academic record, and you'll find that on your Temple portal. If you take nothing out of this presentation tonight, please take the fact that you have to set up your Temple portal and that all of our communication with you will be through your portal. So you can track the progress of your application. You can already know what documents we have or don't have, and be able to really follow the progress of your application through its completion and through a decision. One of the things that we're proud about at Temple is that we try to be accessible. We also try to be affordable. That's how we were founded by Russell Conwell. We wanted to be an accessible university. To that end, about 6 years ago, we decided to be test optional. So we are test optional. We're not test optional because of the pandemic, but in fact, we truly believe that test scores are not the best indicator of what your performance will be in college. So you can decide to send us your test scores if you'd like. If you really feel like your test scores complement your application, then go ahead and send them to us. But if you don't, then that's quite all right too. With regard to deadlines, we have a November 1st deadline for our early action program. Please keep in mind that early action is not binding, right? Early decision is binding, and that's not the program that we have. So we promise you a decision by January 10th if you apply early action. Otherwise, you can apply regular decision, and that's a rolling admission process. Our application deadline is February 1st, and we promise a decision to you fairly quickly. Affordability. Here's the current tuition for Pennsylvania and out-of-state and international students. Please remember that this tuition is based on the school and college that you're enrolled in and whether or not you're a Pennsylvania resident. Okay, so that's really, really important. Paying for your college tuition or Temple education, we offer a good amount of merit scholarships ranging from about $2,000 all the way up to full tuition, and you're notified of your scholarship when you are admitted to the university. Otherwise, on the need-based side, we only require the free application for federal student aid, and that deadline, of course, is February 1st for us, and you can begin to complete that in October. Okay, so we really hope that you'll be able to visit us. We do offer in-person tours right now, and we're very excited to have you be a part of the Temple community. So thanks, and have a terrific evening.
Thank you so much for presenting on Temple today. All right, our next school up is going to be Alfred University.
Good evening. Thank you so much. I'm Barb Condrate. I'm one of the associate directors at Alfred University, and I am going to be giving you a general overview just of all the different opportunities that are available at Alfred University. So we have been around for quite a while. We were founded in 1836, and we're the second oldest co-ed institution in the country. We were inclusive from the start, welcoming international students, students of color, and Indigenous students well before many other schools in the country. We're located in the beautiful Southern Tier region of Western New York. The village of Alfred is picturesque. It's in a rural setting, and it's unique because it's the home to two colleges, Alfred University and a predominant two-year school, SUNY Alfred. If you've never made it to our neck of the woods before, here's a map of campus. You can easily walk from one end of campus to the other in about 10 minutes, well, depending on how fast you walk. If you know what you'd like to study, great. If not, oh, don't worry. One of the many reasons for attending college is to figure out your passions and explore different avenues for possible careers. Our campus has a community feel of about 1,800 students. Our average class size is 18, and we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. In our School of Art and Design, you will create without restraint. So to tell you, we have 4 different colleges and schools at Alfred. And if you take a class in any of them, or if you major in any of our particular colleges, you can take classes throughout the whole university. But in the School of Art and Design, you will create without restraint in a very supportive, multidisciplinary environment that definitely encourages creativity, research, and travel. You won't major in a particular medium, as your BFA degree will be comprehensive. You'll work in an interdisciplinary curriculum that allows you to explore all of the mediums we have to offer. And you'll leave Alfred with being creative, an innovative maker who's adaptive to all facets of the art world. The Performing Arts Division houses 2 majors and several minors. Our facilities are spectacular, and no matter what you're looking at, it's definitely a must-see when you visit our campus. Our School of Engineering offers 6 majors that are listed here. As you can see, we have some really unique programs. It's hands-on learning from the beginning at Alfred. We have over 80,000 square feet of lab space where students get to learn, create, and explore their passions. You'll interact with world-renowned professors in small classrooms right from the very beginning. The College of Liberal Arts and Sciences is our largest of the 4 colleges and schools, with most academic major options and students enrolled. Students choose to study from over 60 majors and minors and have opportunities for research, hands-on learning, and travel. The Liberal Arts College is also proud to have an active Phi Beta Kappa chapter and a fantastic honors program that's open to all of our students at Alfred University. The College of Business offers numerous majors and minors. There's even a 4+1 business administration master's degree that any of our students at Alfred University can take advantage of. Our business students are launching businesses from campus. They're working with local, national, and international companies on all different types of projects and internships, and they travel the globe to enrich their classroom experience. Also, the College of Business proudly holds the AACSB accreditation, an honor achieved by less than 5% of all business schools and colleges in the world. Now let's see what happens outside of the classroom. The college's experience is really what you make of it. Our students are involved in the Alfred University and Alfred, New York community. We have more than 80 student-led options, such as like outdoor clubs, student organizations, and cultural clubs. We also offer 22 Division III varsity athletic teams, along with several clubs and intramural options. You definitely will not be bored at Alfred University. Alfred University is a residential college. Living in a residence hall is part of the whole experience. just like going to class. You meet new people, encounter new ideas, overcome differences, and develop long-lasting friendships. There's all different types of options at Alfred for you to fulfill your 3-year residency requirement. Our dining options, they run from full service, all you can eat style grab and go, to grab and go, I should say. There's lots to choose from right on campus. There's local restaurants, so many different options. We even have cooking classes through the community table that's located in our campus center. Now I want to really quickly just review our application process. You can apply to Alfred University Common App, the Alfred University app, or the Coalition app. It's free no matter which one you do. We have early action, and we have regular decision. All we'll need is your high school transcript, letter of recommendation, and essay. And we're test optional for the next number of years. If you apply to art, we also require a portfolio. We also are very competitive with financial aid. 98% of our students receive it. All you need to do is send us the FAFSA. Merit scholarships are considered at your time of acceptance. Financial aid will shake every bush. We're very competitive. We have done really well with that, and our students are always very pleased. And I hope you can come and visit us. You'll have an admissions counselor. Each person is assigned one that'll work with you through the entire process. And we also all are open to having visitors come to campus right now. We can't wait to share it with you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for sharing more about Alfred University. So we have heard now from 3 great schools, and we have 2 to go. So this is a great time for all of our attendees too. We're getting some questions in the Q&A, and it is awesome. So please remember, you can direct them to a specific school or to all of our schools, but definitely use that Q&A. We love seeing those questions pop in. All right, so our next school, as you can guess, is going to be Kenyon College. So Anthony, the floor is yours.
Awesome, great, thanks. So I'm gonna share my screen, which I've become quite a master these days. All right, my name is Anthony Dean. I'm an admissions counselor here at Kenyon College, and I'm super excited to be able to share with you a little bit about Kenyon. So I'm gonna take things from Western New York and hop over to Central Ohio. And so to start, I really feel like that this is the best place to really get a good sense of what Kenyon is like. And so this is our main part of campus that has our academic buildings, and certainly is just a great place to start to introduce you to Kenyon. And so to get kind of get the ball rolling, so we are located in Gambier, Ohio, which again is in Central Ohio, with a student body of about 1,700 students, and we are 100% residential. So all students live on campus, and definitely helps build that kind of small, tight-knit community as well. And so certainly one part of campus that cannot go unannounced is Middle Path. And so from this picture, it is a dirt path that goes right from the north part of campus to the south side. And definitely is, I just think, one of the most iconic parts of campus. What I love about Middle Path is that it really is a physical representation of the kind of place that Kenyon really is. You have students coming from all different backgrounds, all different interests, all over the country and all over the world, that are all coming together to learn and share one space. And I love that it's just this physical representation of so many different people sharing the same space, yet all students are so very different. And so kind of to start a little bit of what that looks like, in the classroom, we like to say that 15 is the magic number. And so in any of your courses, whether that is in the sciences, the social sciences, the humanities, and the arts, we have about 15 is your average class size, your intro level courses being a little bit larger, and then your more advanced level courses going to be a little smaller than that. But overall, students really feel they get to have that kind of roundtable discussion with their professors. They're not only challenged to really think and to really dive deep into different academic material, but also really feel like a colleague to their professors, being able to challenge one another and also to be challenged again by one another and also by their professors too. And they find that that's just an incredible experience in the classroom as well. And so to give you a little bit of example of the kind of things that are offered at Kenyon, that it really goes from anywhere from the 4 academic domains, like I listed before, the social sciences, the humanities, the arts, and the sciences. And so just absolutely is an amazing place for students to kind of come and whether you have an interest or whether you're looking to build a new one or maybe just to discover one, it certainly is a place where students have an array of choices and definitely some pre-professional advising programs as well to help them head on the track that they're interested in whatever it is after graduation. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a sense there as well. And so oftentimes I get a question from students being like, well, when I hop on campus, how do I know when I'm going to graduate? How do I know that I'm on track? How do I know what courses to take or anything like that, how to navigate the 4 years? And so we've already gone ahead and linked every single incoming student with a faculty advisor. We actually had a college historian come and confirm that Kenyon is the birthplace of the professor-student mentorship. And so it definitely is something embedded within our identity and in the structure of curriculum that you have someone to not only be that academic support, but also that personal support as well, that students find is just an incredible opportunity and an incredible gift as they go through their 4 years at Kenyon. And so oftentimes I also get students asking about research opportunities. And so they would ask, you know, in any of the thing that I'm interested in, am I able to do research? Well, the Summer Scholars Program at Kenyon is an absolutely amazing opportunity for students to take part in research with a professor as they propose an idea of their own, or maybe even a idea that a professor invites them along to take part of as well. And so it definitely is just a great community and a great experience for students on a normal summer to be able to come to Kenyon and to have that experience in the classroom, continuing building that mentorship relationship, and then also getting a little bit more of that research experience. And so an absolutely amazing opportunity for our students that is funded as well. And so overall, we're known to be the Writers College. However, that's not the only thing that Kenyon offers. Whether you are in the sciences or in the humanities, all students will learn how to write and to be able to be challenged how to write within those different academic domains, being able to think and to communicate well. We like to say that good writing is good thinking. It most certainly is embedded within the identity of Kenyon and our structure of curriculum. So this kind of gives you a little bit of example of some of our notable alum as far as writing goes, probably most notably John Green as well, but it certainly doesn't stop there. And so overall, so we have 89% of our students graduate within 4 years, and 98% of students applying to one of their top 3 choices get into one of their top 3 choices of grad school. And that goes anywhere from medical school to PhD, master's programs as well. So students are well advised and well prepared for whatever lies ahead. And students can feel really accomplished, like this guy shaking President Decatur's hand, ready to tackle the world ahead. So it definitely is something that we take great pride in preparing our students well. And then, so some nice kind of business things to wrap up is that we have 2 rounds of early decision, ED1 November 15th and ED2 January 15th. Regular decision also falls on January 15th. And if you are applying for financial aid, that deadline will also fall on the round in which you decide to apply in. And I put exclamation mark right at the bottom. We meet 100% of demonstrated need to be able to commit to you a promise of carrying you through all those 4 years. And so that's what I have for you here. And so thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Anthony, so much for sharing Kenyon College with us this evening. All right, our next school is going to be Syracuse University. Looks all set, Jen. Oh, actually, Jen, we can't hear you. We can see you, so let's try that. Unmute again. Nope, we can't hear you right now. All right, everyone, thanks for bearing with us. We all know over the last year that you know, we've all had these moments on Zoom. So thanks for your patience. We're going to get Jen and Syracuse just underway in a moment.
Does that work?
Yes, good to go.
Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes for some reason the computer mic does not work. But anyway, I'm very glad to have you all here with me this evening, and welcome to Syracuse. My name is Jennifer Isif and I'm on the admissions staff. I'm also joined by my colleague Jake Dietrich, who's behind the scenes answering questions while we're here today. And let me go back. I want to show you a little bit more about campus as I give you a little bit of a sense of place. And this gives you a nice shot of what campus looked like in the fall. We have beautiful fall colors here in central New York, and just wanted to give you an idea of some of the surrounding area, which you can see a little bit in the background. And Syracuse, it has a little bit of an urban environment as well as a rural traditional college campus feel at the same time. You can't see the city of Syracuse from this particular picture, but just to give you a better idea of our location, we are located right in the heart of central New York State in the city of Syracuse. We have about 15,000 undergraduate students from all over the US and around the world. And the city of Syracuse is a mid-sized city, so it gives a lot of opportunities for students to not only have some internships or do volunteering, but also opportunities to get off campus if you want to try a local restaurant, maybe go into a theater or local museum. So you certainly have an opportunity to do that. But I really want to tell you a little bit more about what it means to be orange, not only on the academic side, but also a little bit more about what you can do on campus. So first of all, academically, you'll see that the university is comprised of our 10 undergraduate schools and colleges, which are listed here. We offer over 200 different academic programs and over 100 different minors. So you really have the flexibility to tailor your academic experience to your particular interests. And you'll be housed in one of our colleges, and eventually that's where your major will be. But you have the flexibility to take classes in other areas and combine areas of study. More than half of our students are studying in more than one different area, whether that's a combination of two majors or a combination of a major and minor. And they don't all have to be in the same college, but it's a nice way to break down the larger university again into that really smaller college feel and have the opportunity to get to know your professors and your peers within your home college. You'll also have plenty of opportunities to test your learning outside of the classroom, and we're here to help guide you and advise you along the way. Each of our schools and colleges has an integrated approach to both academic and career advising, and staff there to support you for that right from day one. Like many of the other colleges have mentioned tonight, our students are able to get involved in research. We are an R1 research institution. And students sometimes have the opportunity to start in research right from their freshman year. And research is open to any student across campus. But there's other ways that you can test some of your ideas and hopefully maybe put them into play and promote, or I should say, present your ideas in different business competitions, for example. The Source is our main hub for academic research where students can go and apply for funding for experiences or research. Things like the Blackstone Launchpad, the Corey Hatchery, ways to, again, start possibly your own business or really start a prototype on your own idea. And then, of course, study abroad. About half of our students do spend some time overseas while they're at Syracuse, and it's something we strongly encourage. We operate 5 centers around the world, and then we have world partners in over 60 other locations, so many places to choose from. And we also have our discovery programs, which are very select programs for first-year students to be able to study abroad their first semester when they come to Syracuse. We also offer 3 centers across the US, so not overseas, but other options that are more academically related that you might be able to spend a semester off campus in one of those areas, such as Washington, D.C., New York City, or Los Angeles, to have an experience and do an internship at the same time. Outside of the classroom and outside of academics, we hope that you would get involved in our main campus and all that we have to offer. And our students are really energized and have a lot of school spirit, and we really do bleed orange. Have a very diverse student population, as I mentioned before, but over 300 different clubs and student organizations to get involved with while you're here. So many ways to be active. We also have a newer center called the Barnes Center in the Arch, which is somewhat of a one-stop shop that houses all of our counseling, health services, and recreation facilities under one roof. And that's right in the central part of campus. Quickly became, I'd say, the hot spot on campus once it opened a year ago in the fall. We also just completely renovated our Shine Student Center, so you have a lot of new facilities if you're to come to Syracuse. And if you decide to apply, just note quickly that you have two options, early decision and regular decision. We also take a very holistic approach to the academic, or I should say the application review process, and note that we are test optional for 2022. We do also offer personal interviews, and we do really try to commit to making Syracuse education affordable for our applicants. Not only do we offer some merit scholarships, but also making sure that we try to meet demonstrated need for all of our students. And you certainly will have the opportunity to apply for both for need-based aid. And just lastly, just information here. If you have any questions after tonight's session, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Jen, for presenting on Syracuse tonight. And I'm so glad we're able to get the sound working. I've definitely had those moments in Zoom. All right. Well, we have a few minutes left together still tonight. So we want to give everyone a chance to make sure that they are grabbing that contact information from the chat window so you know who to follow up with and how to contact these different admissions offices to be able to learn more. And in case we get some more questions now that we finished the presentations for our Q&A box, we want to take advantage of more time for that. While we're handling all of that, I'd love to have a representative from each school come back on camera. We are going to do a little bit of a round robin Q&A to give everybody that time. So once everyone's back on camera, we will answer the questions. We'll go in the same order that you presented. When the person ahead of you finishes, feel free to just turn off your microphone or turn it on, I guess, and answer the question, and just we'll flow from one representative to the next. Our first question right now is going to be, what is your favorite event or a tradition on campus, something that's really meaningful and gives a little more insight into that special student experience on campus? And we are going to start with Community College of Allegheny County. Charmin, do we have you from Allegheny, from Community College of Allegheny County? All right, well, I'm going to work on that, and we're going to then just start with Temple, and we'll work our way through from there.
Great question. It's really hard to pick just one. I think the gathering of students around our bell tower, which is in the middle of campus, right before and during like pep rallies before the football games, are always a really cool thing. Again, as we play in the Eagle Stadium, it's pretty cool to have the students all gather, the marching band be there, and it's just a really great way to show school spirit, which we have lots of at Temple, and allow people to gather kind of in that one spot. So it's pretty cool.
So at Alfred, I would definitely say Hot Dog Day weekend, which is such a funny name, isn't it? It's at the end of April. Oh my gosh, usually the weather is finally getting great in Western New York. And it was started by two alumni about 50 years ago around a hot dog and a Coke, and they raise money at a carnival. We have hot glass being thrown in art. There's an art sale. There's just a lot of different things. It's like our spring homecoming. So a lot of alumni come back as well, and our trustees. And that we raise money the entire weekend and give it back to those in need in the community. It's just wonderful. It's a great feel-good weekend.
I feel like at Kenyon, my favorite tradition is probably when actually in the gates of Middle Path, which is my kind of virtual background, I'd have to awkwardly move, and it would just be awkward. There's some gates there, and there's a cement kind of pillar right in the middle. And so if you walk on Middle Path, students, if you have like a group of 5 students, they will all, when they get towards the gate and the cement pillar, they'll all merge to one side of the cement pillar and cross through, and then kind of disperse back on the other side of Middle Path. And it's just a fun tradition that I see students do, just to kind of more, because if you split between the cement pillar, you can't be friends anymore. And so it is kind of a fun thing that I just see a bunch of groups of students do at any point of the day. So it definitely is one of my favorites.
Okay, I would have to say a couple of different things. We also kind of have that pep rally on the steps of Hendricks Chapel before the football games, but I always have loved, we have our Hendricks, or not the Hendricks Chapel, but our Cross College bell tower where a student group called the Chimes Masters rings the bells daily. And they do everything from, we have our alma mater played daily, but also some top 40. If it's someone important on campus, if it's their birthday, they'll do happy birthday. But it's just always nice to hear those chimes being rung throughout the day.
Oh, I love hearing about all of these, and I also hope that we can get, so if one of the representatives from the Community College of Allegheny County can hear me, I'd love to have one of you pop back in to be able to answer this question, because hearing all of these other responses from the schools makes me so excited to want to dig in, learn more, and I hope everyone watching is thinking, let me see if I can picture myself on campus at these events as a part of that community. So. All right, well, hopefully we will get someone from Community College of Allegheny County back, but while we're waiting for that, we will jump into our next question. So I'd love, oh, Barbara. Oh, yay, Sherman, there you are, great. Thank you. My screen had just popped up, so I saw Barbara waving at me. Thank you so much. See, this is the teamwork you get in admissions. Amazing. Everyone loves their school, but also we're all part of a big community and want to help each other out and do our best, which I love. So thank you. Oh, Sharman, thanks for popping in.
I'm here. I would say for CCAC, one of my favorite things, well, obviously the first day of classes. I love to see our student ambassadors that are helping all the new students navigate and figure out where that is that they want to go, and just supporting one another. And one of my other favorites is our student engagement and club and activities day. Everybody is set up outside and they're talking about all of their clubs or organizations. Our art and music program, they are displaying some of their art, and our artists are playing music, and they have it set up our outdoor amphitheater. So it's really exciting to see them all engaging, and there's like free food and everything. Yes, I eat that too. But to get all the new students excited and just, you know, trying to figure out what it is that they're interested in and passionate about, and just exploring those opportunities. So that's one of my favorite things.
Well, I love those events. I think everyone loves the free food, students and faculty and staff. All right, so we know that this is such an interesting season to be in the college search process. You know, it is always such a big decision-making process and so many steps, and then we add on, you know, the year that we've been in. So we've got some amazing admissions pros here representing so many different types of schools, and I think it's just amazing. So I would love each of you to share a top tip or a piece of advice that you think is really important for students and their families to take into account when they are doing their college search process. And we'll go in the same order. So we're going to hear from Community College of Allegheny County again next to start us off, and then we'll go right through the group.
I think that the most important thing for you and your families to consider, but most importantly you, is that this is going to be your home, right, for the next couple of years. And you need to think about that, and you need to picture yourself there. You need to visit those places. You need to make sure that that is something that you will want to do. Oftentimes I see students that maybe weren't really ready to go and live off on their own. And, you know, if that's the case, that's nothing for you to be ashamed to admit. If you do want to go really far, then yes, travel far, and just take those things into consideration about coming home and how often that is, and really what that looks like. And just be honest with yourself about what it is that you want. And then you don't have to worry about meeting all these great expectations of anybody else. That's the best advice I can give.
Cool. Thanks. I agree with everything you said. I would add that I think it's really important that everyone just take a deep breath. This has been such a crazy time. We are all, as Jennifer just said, we are all in this together, and we just really want to help you through our process. That's it. I will help you whether you tell me in the beginning that you don't want to come to Temple or not. It's important that you all find your way and you find a school that works the best for you. And the great thing is there are so many wonderful places out there that you will find a place. You will land at a place that is just perfect for you. So for me, my advice, especially this year, would be just take a deep breath. Ask us questions. We're here to help. And that's really what we want to do.
Oh, I agree with my colleagues. Just wonderful words of advice. One thing I would like to add too, because I also have a high school student at home, my daughter, and remember it's a two-way street. Yes, we are trying to make sure that our institution is the best fit for you, but also, is it comfortable for you? You know, when you visit schools, when you talk with people at the different institutions, are they making you feel comfortable? Are they giving you the information? And if they're not, you need to ask yourself, is this the right place for me? Because that can be really indicative, and you need to relax. Relax, it's all going to come together, and try to have some fun.
Yeah, and again, I agree very much with my colleagues here. I would say that certainly to I think it's a great time to reflect on the things that you value, and being able to align that as well with the institution you feel like is also going to help you meet those goals and continue to grow and challenge you in those ways. Yeah, and then overall, I love what Jim said too. Is that you know, whether it is our institution or whether it's another institution, you belong in a community, and so we don't want to waste a second for you to be away from that community. And so, if it means you come into our institution or another one, we want to see you there and do everything we can to help you. So.
Well, I also agree with everything that's been said, some really good words of wisdom, but I also like to tell students just keep an open mind on the schools that you're looking at, those that might already be on your list and those that might not be. I think sometimes you just get focused on what's there, and if someone makes a recommendation for something else, like, well, no, that's not on my list, but it could be a really good fit for you. So keep an open mind. Also keep an open mind as far as a possible academic major. Sometimes students get so focused on, well, if I want to go into this career, I have to major in this. There's usually more than one and oftentimes multiple paths that you can take academically to ultimately achieve your career goals. So keep that in mind too.
These really are great tips, and I hope that all of our attendees and those watching make note of them, because it really will help you navigate this. I once had a fellow admissions colleague mention back in the day that it's a journey, and you know, everyone always says process, and I think I even said it, but I always try to remember it's a journey, and working with students on campus, that their college experience is a journey too, and you are going to, you know, evolve through and learn a lot about yourself. So definitely take these words of wisdom to advice. I think it's going to help you navigate this so much. Well, we have reached the end of our time together today, and I just first want to say thank you to all of our admissions representatives who are here. You did an amazing job, not just representing your schools in terms of those logistics and the facts and figures, but the passion and energy you have for the students' experience in and outside the classroom. To everyone who's watching, thank you for taking the time out to learn about these 5 great schools. I hope that your curiosity has been piqued and you are thinking about reaching out after today to learn more, ask those questions, and discover what opportunities are out there that could be the best fit for you for your next journey, your next step in life. So as we close out today, when you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. Promise. It is short, it's easy, it's just 4 questions. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And just a reminder that this has been one of many sessions for Pennsylvania students. We hope you attended other sessions, and we also hope that you will go back and maybe check out this recording again, and also to watch other presentation recordings about other schools and also the panels that have been done. You can do all of that. You'll find all of that in about a week's time at that same website where you registered initially, strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Thanks again, everyone, and best wishes in your college search journey. Good night.